Costa, the editor of Citizen's Eye, and we're here for the third Doc Film Festival at the Almanack on Monday the 12th of November. And we've got Catrina's story. It's been released already on the website and on YouTube, and we're just premiering it here tonight at the Almanack. And we're joined by McEniff, the CEO of Leicester Charity Link. How are you?
Hello.
Good. Well, thank you very much for joining us this evening, and also agreeing for us to premiere almost. What is that? The biggest screen so far? You've had the film on or not? Be honest.
It might have been a slightly bigger one.
Slightly, oh dear. Okay. What's the main reason behind you telling Catrina's story? Is it because it's so powerful and it stands alone, or is it because it's representative of the sort of people that access your service?
Well, several reasons. One, it's far more powerful for Catrina to tell her story herself than me to explain to people what it's like for Catrina and her family. From Catrina's perspective, a very brave, inspirational woman, she wanted her voice to be heard, and she wanted to raise the issues that families like herself and many more are experiencing in this current climate.
Now, in it, I mean, it's quite powerful. She gets quite emotional as well. She's talking about sort of the kids and sort of school sweatshirts and things like that. I mean, tell us how someone like Catrina would come across your charity in the first place, and then sort of the help that you're able to give her, and maybe some, where she goes next.
Right. Catrina actually came through Shore Star Centre, who are big referrers into our organisation, and they made a referral on Catrina's behalf. And the immediate need at that point was school uniforms for the kids. She's got 3 children. Obviously, you can see Jamie in the video. The 2 older children at school. And for a parent, not being able to buy your children's school uniforms is heartbreaking. So we helped immediately. We organised some vouchers so she could buy the uniforms, as you can see in the video, which she did. And to be in Catrina's home and her showing myself and George the uniforms and how pleased she was, even the bit that I found most emotional was the fact that she had a couple of pounds left to buy her daughter some hair clips. Which is it's so small, but it was so big. It was for them and for the children. But during the filming, when we arrived that day, we found out that they'd had further cuts to their child tax credits. So when we left, I organised to send over £125 of food vouchers, because Catrina only had £18 a week to feed a family of 5. It's impossible. You can't feed a family of 5 on £18. So we've got her £125 vouchers, which she's using to budget over the next 6 weeks, so that she can buy sufficient food for her family.
And what's happened to her since you've filmed this short film?
Well, we managed to help with the food vouchers to keep her going. We're looking to see how we can support her with some money for Christmas so she can buy the children some Christmas presents. And I spoke to Catrina last week, and she told me that she's got a job lined up starting in January. So there is light at the end of the tunnel for Catrina and her family.
That's excellent news. Now, anyone who's read your newsletters before will know that you write regular case studies in there, don't you, of tell people's stories and stuff. What was it like to have the opportunity to maybe film one and to work with George as well? I mean, I've known George quite a while now, and he makes quite sort of thought-provoking, impactful films, and I can see why he's done this film, because it would really, I think it would touch him actually.
It was a pleasure to work with George. I'm
just going to swing the camera around now and embarrass him because he's sitting there. He instantly put glasses on to try and look a little bit intellectual, but you'll have to listen to the audio for George. He's not good on camera. He's better behind it. So.
It was an absolute pleasure to work with George. I think we both found it really emotional to go into Catrina's home and meet her and meet Jamie, her little boy, and talk to her. And she was very open and very candid and extremely brave to be able to do that. And I found her extremely inspirational. Obviously, I can't stop worrying about her, and I will keep an eye on her and her family. I guess the frightening thing is there are so many who are in exactly the same position, who are are struggling.
And more, I should imagine, with the current economic climate as well.
And well, exactly, and Catrina's family have fallen victim of being stuck between working, trying to work, trying to get jobs, wanting to be independent and feed their own family and look after their own family through work, but because they kind of fell between the stools of work and also the welfare system, they've just gone straight down the middle. And Catrina was talking about her and her husband had discussed options of splitting up because they may be better off in the welfare system. Whether they were better off not working at all, which kind of smacks them in the face of things that are supposed to be put into place to support families work.
Now, the one thing I've always liked, and I've always said to you about Leicester Charity Link, is that lots of people work with specific targeted groups, or certain service users, whereas Leicester Charity Link has got this quite unique way of being able to work with all the charities that we do stuff with, for example, already know you because they come to you for support for people and potential service users because of the way that you can unlock money. Can you explain to me how that works?
Yes, I mean, we work right across the spectrum, right across all backgrounds, circumstances, ages. So we work with all referring agencies, charities, and in Leicester and Rutland. The unique thing that we do, which is quite different from, I guess, the traditional charity model, is that we are actually able to untap charitable funds that are already available. And some date back hundreds of years, some occupational charities and trust funds like Retail Trust Fund, and some are more new money, like Children in Need money. We tap into that money and ensure that it comes to our community to help those who are most vulnerable in our community. And that's where our expertise and knowledge lies. By using that model, for every £10 donated into our organisation, we're able to untap £50, and every single penny of that £50 will go to help someone in need here in our community.
Okay. I mean, from your point of view, are you busier now than you were 12 months ago?
We are seeing an increase. Interesting trends are happening. We have seen a 17% increase in the number of people who have come to us as a result of homelessness. We've also seen a 10% increase in the number of children and young people who have come to us for help. And I think that's corresponding to sort of the nationwide trends of what's happening, an increase in child poverty and an increase in homelessness.
Sue, thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you.